Welcome to step number 2 of the Goddess Braids hairstyle. And in this step, I will show you in detail, step by step, how to do goddess braids on your very own hair. So to begin, you want to make sure that you use your rat tail comb to part off a big section of hair for your braid. The nature of this style is to have very large braids across your head, but as always, you can part as small or as big as you like. So once you part your hair and detangle your hair with your detangling comb, you will then apply hair gel to the roots of your hair to further prep your hair for this style. Applying hair gel to the roots of your hair is optional, but this is what gives your goddess braids that finished sleek look. So once you've gelled the roots of your hair, you will then section off a large amount of extension hair, and I will show you the goddess braiding technique step by step. So first, you start off by parting a section of your hair. As a rule to follow, use 4 of your fingers to serve as a guide of how thick your braids will be. You could of course part them small or as big as you like. So I will take the end of my rat tail comb and part my first section. When parting your hair, make sure to part more narrow as you near the back of your head so that all of your braids can be braided to the back of your head. So now you're going to gel both sides of the roots of your part and then use your duckbill clips to keep your hair sectioned so that you can braid your goddess braids step by step. So now that your section has been prepped, I will show you how to prep your extension hair and then begin braiding. So now we are going to begin braiding, and first I'm going to show you how to prep your extension hair. So you're going to grab one of your packages of extension hair and you're going to locate the very bottom of your hair. Once you locate the bottom, you're going to pull on some of the strands to give the ends more of a tapered look, just like this. You want the ends to gradually get thinner so that when you braid your braid, it doesn't end at a straight blunt cut, but instead it tapers off to a more thin appearance for a more natural looking braid. So just pull your ends so they kind of become thinned out and there's no blunt, sharp edges to your extension hair. And then you're going to locate the middle of your extension hair and you're going to take off a very big chunk. So I'm going to take off about half of this actual package of hair because you want a lot of hair. Goddess braids are very big braids, so you want a lot of hair. I'm going to divide that in half. And now you're going to wrap the hair in your hand. Just going to add a little bit more hair before I wrap it in my hand. So now what you want to do is pinch this hair into 2 parts, but you want to pinch it into 1/3 and 2/3. So it's about this much. I'm going to separate it. You're going to wrap this 1/3 piece around the 2/3 piece so that you can form 3 equal legs to your braid. So now, as you begin, you're going to bring this piece here that wrapped around that small piece. So this was your 1/3 piece and this was your 2/3 piece. You're going to grab this 1/3 piece and you're going to place this piece right where it meets together behind a small section of your hair. So I'm going to go up to my scalp and I'm going to pinch off a small section here at the beginning of my part. It doesn't have to be precise, you just need to pinch off a small section to begin with. So once you've done that, you're going to grab your hair and you're going to place this portion of your hair behind the part. So you're gonna open these two legs up and put it around the part like that, just like that. So you're gonna locate your section of hair and you're gonna put it with this piece that was behind the part. Make sure it's very smooth at the beginning. And you're gonna grab this hair with your right hand. Now, once you've grabbed the hair, you're gonna pull this piece up here that's on the right side. And you're gonna hook your index finger onto it like that, just to hold it with your index finger and your thumb. Now with this loose hair is now the point where you're gonna begin interweaving it. So you're gonna use your pincher finger to locate the middle section of your hair here, and you want to pinch going outward towards the left. So because this strand of hair is loose towards the left side of your head, you pinch from the middle of your hair, and then you pinch a small piece out towards the left. You're gonna grab the weave with that hair. Once you grab it, you're then going to twist your right hand upwards. So once you twist it upwards, you're going to use the index finger of your left hand and you're going to grab this piece of hair that's on the outer edge with your index finger and your thumb helping you. Make sure the hairs are separate. And you're going to move this hair up towards the other side of your head. So sometimes you may get some stray hairs caught in it. You just want to separate it out. Then move this piece over. Now you have a new piece towards the right side of your head. So you're going to use your index finger and your thumb. You're going to locate the middle of your section of hair here. And then you're going to pinch towards the right side and use your thumb to help separate your real hair. Once you've done that, you're going to grab that section with the weave with your hand, your entire hand, and you're going to rotate your left hand upward to turn. Once you turn, use your thumb and your index finger to grab this portion of hair here. Now pull this piece towards the left side and repeat. So you're going to use your index and your pincher finger to grab some hair here. You're going to start at the middle of the section like this. And then you're going to pinch a little bit of hair to put towards that loose section you have right here. You're going to grab that with your entire hand. Turn your left hand upward and grab the outer edge of the hair with your pincher and your thumb to loosen this section here. You're going to repeat it again, but this time on the right side. Use your pincher finger, pinch the middle section, and then pinch a small piece here that's going to go towards the outer strand. And what I mean by pinch through the middle section is that you always want to pinch through the middle of this area, and then you want to pinch through the middle and then scoop this piece of hair onto your section. So that way you're not grabbing too much hair over here from the other side and your braid looks a little funky. So now you're going to make sure you separate the hair out, grab it with your entire hand, and take your other hand and turn it upwards and grab this section up here with your thumb and index. And you're just going to continue to repeat the process. So far, I've taught you how to do your goddess braid step by step. And I first showed you how to braid by braiding the right side of my head here. And then I went ahead and I saved a portion of hair and I braided the rest of my braids that you see here on the left side of my head. So now I saved this last portion to show you once again at a different angle how to do goddess braids. So my hair has been already sectioned, it's been detangled, and I'm going to apply hair gel here at the beginning of my part, on my roots on this side, and on my roots on the other side of my part as well. So now what you are going to do is pinch off a small section at the beginning of your area. This will determine exactly how far back or close to your roots your braid will begin. My braid will begin somewhere right here, so that's where I'm going to section it with my fingers. So that's how far back my braid will be. And now I'm going to reach to the table and I'm going to grab my section of hair. So what you want to do is pinch off a very large chunk of hair. The amount of hair you pinch off will determine how thick your actual braids will be. So this is a package of hair and I'm grabbing about half of its size. You want to just give it a good feel to see if it's the thickness you will want your braids to be. You're going to separate it from the bundle. Now when you separate your hair, you want to make sure to locate the bottom section and slightly pull on different pieces to give it a tapered look at the end. By making sure the hair starts to thin down at the ends, it will make your braids look very, very natural. You can do this to your entire package when you remove it out of its package, or you can do this section at a time. So now you're going to divide this hair into two pieces. You're going to pinch off a third from its amount so that you have a third and 2/3. You're going to separate. Then you're going to wrap this third section around the 2/3 section. And now this third section is one of the legs of your braid. And this is your other leg and your other leg. Make sure you have the hair separate, really nice, clean, and neat, so that way hairs won't randomly get caught in different sections. Now you're going to take this third piece that was your 1/3, and you're going to place this piece behind your part. So I'm going to go up to my scalp. Make sure my hair is divided out of the way like that. Bring the hair around. This is the 2/3 section we had. You're going to open it up so you can place the hair right behind the part there. You're going to grab your real hair, as you see here. Make sure it's very flat and smooth. And you're going to add it to that leg that you put behind your part, just like this. So making sure you have all of your hair gathered. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to make sure to just grab that section here with your 3 fingers. Grab the section on the right side of your head here. Pull it up. And you're going to wrap your fingers around it, just to hold it there temporarily. So once you move your piece back, you can better adjust your hands. So what I'm going to do is grab my entire hand around that section, hook this piece around my index finger and my thumb, just like that. And now I have a free leg of the braid here. So make sure all of the hair is gathered all together. And now you're going to separate a section of your real hair so that you can add it to this leg. So use your index finger to pinch or to start here at the middle of your section and then part outwards that way towards this section of hair here. Just going to grab a small amount. And you're going to add it to this loose section. Make sure you're grabbing with your entire hand. Now you're going to rotate your right hand upward. So you're turning it upward. And what you're going to do is use your index finger and grab this hair that's at the top here. And it's super important that you use the same amount of tension on all of the legs of your braid. So now this piece here is free because you rotated your hand, and you're going to move this piece out of the way so that it doesn't get caught. You're going to straighten this piece out some more. And now you're going to pinch off your new section of your hair here. So locate the middle here of your real hair. And you're going to pinch off towards this side where this loose piece of extension is. Separate your real hair. Add your real hair to that leg. Grab with your entire hand. Once you grab with your entire hand, you're going to rotate your left hand now upwards, so that way you can turn the fist towards your face direction. So you just turn this way to reveal this piece, and you hook it with your index finger and your thumb to add it to that hand. Now this piece is free. You're going to do the same thing again. You always want to locate your real hair, the middle section here, and divide with your finger going outward. The reason why you do this is because if you grab too much hair from the left side or the right side when you're braiding, this will make it to where your braid will start to look lopsided and funny because you grabbed too much hair. So by going towards the middle and then moving your index finger outward toward the loose piece of hair, this creates more of a seamless braid. So now gather all of that hair in your hand and then turn your right hand upward so that the back side of your fist is facing toward your face direction. Use your index finger and your thumb to grab that top piece. And you're going to continue to repeat. Make sure the hair is moved out of the way. Locate your hair. Pinch that middle section and grab the hair outward. Just like that. Separate with your fingers. Add that to your leg that stands alone. Grab it all together, holding all the pieces very tightly. You're going to turn your hand upward. You're going to use your index finger and your thumb to grab that piece of hair that's up top and move the hair that was behind to the side. Locate your real hair. Pinch from the middle like this with your finger. Slide your finger through where the middle is, and then go outward to the side, wherever the loose extension leg is, which is on the left side. Now gather all of your real hair and the leg of the extension in one hand. Turn your right hand upward so you can grab that new piece with your pincher finger and your thumb so that you can let it go on this side. Same thing, locate the middle section of your real hair and pinch outward towards that direction where your extension is lying, which is here. Grab with your entire hand. Rotate your left hand upward to grab this piece here with your thumb and index finger. And you're just going to continue braiding till you're near the back and the bottom. As you're nearing the end of your braid, if you ever have any legs of your braid that's shorter than another, you're just going to pinch off some of the hair from one of your legs and add it to your short leg of your braid. And then just continue braiding. Also, as you can clearly see, this braid is shorter than my braid that I have here. So it's going to end off somewhere down here. And I'm going to show you exactly how to make your braids longer. So right at the moment where this braid that I'm braiding now is actually starting to thin, which is happening about right here, I'm going to let go and I'm going to grab another section of hair. So you're just going to grab your hair. You're going to pinch off a small section about this big if you have the size braids that I have. If you have smaller braids, you need a smaller section. Now that you have that hair, you're going to cut it in half. And then you're going to pull some of the hairs to give it a tapered look towards the end. Just making sure you don't have any straight pieces. So once there's no more blunt pieces in your section, you're going to begin adding it to your braid. So locate the middle area of that hair here. Bring it up to your braid. And you're going to open up all of the legs of the braid. In the braid legs, you're going to add the hair on is you're going to add it onto this leg here, and you're going to add it onto that middle leg here. So this outer leg and the middle leg is where you're going to add the hair. So you're going to add it to that middle leg and the outer leg, just like that. And you're going to presume braiding. And when the leg is shorter than another, you pinch off a little hair. And you add it to the shortest leg, just like that. And then you continue braiding. In In this step of the Goddess Braids hairstyle, I've taught you how to do the goddess braiding technique step by step. To review, you want to make sure to part a large section of your real hair and thoroughly detangle that section. Afterwards, you will apply hair gel to the roots of your hair. Applying hair gel to your hair will ensure for a very sleek and polished look, but applying hair gel is optional. After you've applied your gel, you will then pinch a large section of extension braiding hair. You will separate the hair into 2 parts and use the parts to form 3 legs for your braid. When you start braiding, doing your technique, you want to take your time and make sure that you apply the same amount of tension on your real hair and also on each leg of the braid that serves for your goddess braid extension. Also, a couple of tips that I've shown you as well is how to add more extension hair onto the ends of your braids to make your braids longer. Now that you know the braiding technique and now that you know how to make your extension braids longer, you will continue the same techniques throughout your hair until your style is complete. And then in the next step, step number 3, I will show you how to style your goddess braids.